Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod, available across all major streaming platforms now.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. I'm here with Stephen Swifty Smith. Stephen, before we talk about your fight and Steve Clarke and the amazing debut that he had in your debut in the corner, Tasha, Jonas, Michaela Meyer, what a fight that was.
What a fight. Unbelievable pace, sets, from the off by both girls. Got to tip your hat to Michaela Meyer. She kept pushing hard. She pushed Tasha all the way, and Tasha said herself in the ring, it was the hardest she's ever been pushed, and she dug so deep there tonight to eke over the line. And I think it was a great have here for boxing, let alone women's boxing. It was a great have here for boxing alone.
Obviously, it was such a close fight. When I was speaking to people ringside, they didn't know how some had it Michaela, some had it Tasha, but for you, the right girl won.
Listen, it was one of them fights. I think you pick what you like sometimes. Listen, work rate. I think from the whole second half of the fight, Meyer was the one pushing the pace and working hard. So you get some people who score on aggression all the time. Do you know what I mean? And I think you get some people, the purists, who'll judge boxing ability on like the better shots landed. I think Tasha landed some really big, good single shots, eye-catching shots. So could have nicked her hands. Myself, listen, I think it was one of them. I thought the 5-4 and 1 even was a pretty accurate card because again even rounds they're really tough to score. I think there could have been a couple of swing rounds in there. What again you pick what you like, but I think listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous at the end. I was worried, thinking split decision, a point on the last card. I didn't agree with the 97-93 for Meyer. I think that was a bit harsh on Tasha. To only give Tasha 3 rounds in that fight with the start she had alone is a bit ridiculous in my opinion. But again, if it would have been that the other way around, I would have said that was harsh on Meyer. So, look, one of them fights. I think whichever way it went, there's been people arguing with it. But that's boxing. That's a sport we love. It's judging's subjective at the end of the day, and it's always based on opinion. So, I'm happy for Tasha. Look, I was worried at the end. Point either way, I don't think I'd have argued, you know what I mean, but I'm buzzing for her. She got the decision, and again, it's not one of them fights you can call a robbery when two girls work that hard and they've gone out and put it on the line like that, and it's that hard to score. It's not a robbery, but it was a close fight.
Some fights don't want a rematch, but that one does. Yeah,
100%. Listen, I think Meyer hit the nail on the head in there, saying if she won, if that decision would have went her way, it wouldn't have been a robbery either way. But I think if that decision went Meyer's way, then it was a rematch guaranteed because Tasha had it in the contract. That's what happens with champions. That's just boxing. People who know boxing know that's the score. And here to bring that up and say it, I think she's got a point in saying I do think a performance might warrant a rematch. If Tasha's, I know Tasha personally. I think she'll jump at it. She's not afraid to fight anyone. But whether that's the plans for the promotional team, I don't know. Listen, I don't know personally what the plans are for next, but I know Tasha well enough to know that if that's on the table, she'll jump at it.
Let's talk to you about you and your coaching debut. You've been out of boxing so long that you even came up to me before when I was sitting ringside and said, I forgot what corner I was in. That's how long you've been out of the game, but how did you enjoy that tonight?
Do you know what, I absolutely loved it. People have been asking me all week, are you nervous and stuff, and I was like, I've been through a boxing career when you're worried about getting chinned in front of the world and stuff like that, so there was no nerves for me in that sense. But when it got to a fight day and I turned up the arena and it all started flooding back a bit and I started getting the butterflies, but I think it was more for the will and want for Steve to do well. I want him to be successful. He's such a nice kid and he works hard in the gym. He gives his life to boxing, so he deserves everything he gets out of it. So I really want him to do well. So I did have the butterflies and stuff, and as you say, it's just different. You get walked out and you go the back route to the ramp and you walk the ramp to the ring and the security are rushing you in and stuff. When you're the coach, you just go and get in the ring and wait. I'm like, you got lost. I'm like, is it this way? And I get in the ring and I don't know I'm asking people what corner are we in and stuff. Are you mate? Okay. I'm asking what corner we're in and stuff like that. I didn't know what I was doing, but again, listen, it's a first of many for me, but it started here. I'll never forget it.
Listen, Stephen, I've got my coaching licence. I coach a couple of kids in the gym that I'm turning pro as well, and I'm looking forward to my journey. But from what I saw with you and Charlie Edwards on the pads, I didn't know. I knew you knew about boxing, but just little things when you were telling him about when he was on the ropes and these little tweaks you were telling him. I already know you've got a boxing brain, so I already know you're going to make a great coach, and I'm going to enjoy this journey, and hopefully maybe one day we're in opposite corners, who knows?
I hope not, mate. But listen, I wish you all the success in the world as well. You know, there's not enough good boxing people, and I've known you well enough now and long enough now to know how well you know the game yourself. And I think boxing needs more people, you know, like us. I'll say the same thing myself. I know me boxing, and I just think there's a lot of people in the game who are kidding at it, and I don't think necessarily they know boxing well enough. You know, there's a lot of PTs who are sort of seeing boxing coaches and the money they're in and thinking, well, I want that on my CV, and they're going and trying to get boxing licenses, and all of a sudden you see them, the S&C coaches, and they're in the corner with fighters, and it's dangerous. It's not a game at the end of the day. You know, it's a fight, and the more boxing people who know the sport we can get in the corner like ourselves, then the better for the game, and you know, the better for the fights at the end of the day, which is what it's all about.
Perfect words, and I appreciate them words, Stephen. Like I did, you're one of my favourite guys in the whole planet, especially in this boxing game anyway. But I do want to touch on Steve Clarke, because you wanted the will and want for him to do well today. That's the reason why you got the butterflies. But the atmosphere, that felt like a main event out there when he was coming out. He can sell tickets, he can perform. He got the knockout in his debut. Yeah, there you go. It's Ben Shalom saying it's a future superstar. Sells tickets, got the knockout in his debut. Could there have been a better debut for him?
No, you know what, it couldn't. I said to him in the changing rooms, funnily enough, because I've been talking him through it, just having experience myself, and saying, look, you might feel this, you know, you're going to do this. When we first got to the arena, I said, look, you're going to get took on your own to this point, and you're going to walk through this stage, and you're going to be on that ramp on your own. I'm going to be waiting in the ring. Expect it, just don't take everything in your stride and stuff. And when we got in the changing rooms after, I'd say I've had a few conversations about what he might expect and what he might feel and stuff like that. So when we got in the changing rooms, I said to him, lying in bed last night, would you have took this? And he said, not half. He was buzzing, know what I mean? So that's everything to me. I'm made up with that. And he's, again, just as a coach, everything I spoke to him about, everything I mentioned, everything I asked him, and he done it, and he tried it. And that's all you can ask for as a coach, really. But the kid's been like that in the gym every day, so I didn't expect no less from him, to be honest with you. But I'm happy it went as well as it went, and you know, I'm happy he got the ovation he got, because someone at that entrance day, you don't see that for some people throughout the career, let alone title fights, let alone anything else. That debut was just unbelievable, and standing in the ring, seeing him when all like the fireworks started coming up and stuff, I was thinking, wow, like the noise, the fans all singing, you know, 1,000 people here to come and support him alone. No, it was just unbelievable, and hearing them all singing his name, and I felt very proud being in there for him.
Listen, first of many, I can't wait for this journey to watch you progress with the fighters that you've got. But congratulations to you as well. Congratulations to Steve. And like I said, until the next one, I always appreciate your time, Stephen, and I'll see you in the next one, brother. Okay? Thank you, brother. Thank you much. Thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod available across all major streaming platforms now.